The Costco on Route 9, third Saturday of the month, cart half full. You decide to skip the Rolex exhibit. That was 9 years ago. You didn't even look at the prices. The cashier asked if you had a membership. $870,000. You drove home in the same car. Before that moment, you had been upgrading every 2 years. The latest model, the newest features. You'd compare your car to your neighbor's. You'd feel a twinge of insecurity if theirs was newer. You'd spend hours researching the best deals, the best leasing options. You'd visit 3 different dealerships before making a decision. Your friends would ask about your new car, and you'd feel a sense of pride. You'd take them for a spin, showing off the latest technology. You'd feel like you'd arrived. But on that specific Saturday, something was different. You walked past the Rolex exhibit without even glancing at the watches. You didn't feel the need to compare or to show off. You just kept walking, filling your cart with groceries and household items. It wasn't a grand revelation, just a small, unremarkable decision. Most people wouldn't have even noticed it. But for you, it marked a shift. The psychology behind it was subtle. You'd always been driven by a desire to keep up with others, to fit in. But on that day, you realized that it was a never-ending cycle. There would always be someone with a newer car, a bigger house, a more expensive watch. And you couldn't keep up. So you decided to stop trying. You started to focus on what you really wanted, rather than what others had. It wasn't easy, but it was a start. As the months went by, you started to notice the ripple effects. You were saving $500 a month by not upgrading your car. You opened a high-yield savings account and set up automatic transfers. You allocated 60% of your savings to a low-cost index fund. The math was tangible. $500 a month, compounded at 7% interest, would become $870,000 in 10 years. You started to see the power of compound interest, the power of small, consistent changes. You opened a tax-advantaged retirement account and contributed the maximum amount. You started to read about investing, about personal finance. You devoured books and articles, learning as much as you could. The first 12 months were the hardest. You'd see your friends upgrading their cars, and you'd feel a twinge of doubt. You'd wonder if you were missing out. But you stuck to your decision. You reminded yourself of the math, of the long-term benefits. You started to see the results, too: $6,000 in your savings account after 6 months, $12,000 after a year. You felt a sense of pride, but it wasn't the same as before. It wasn't about showing off, it was about achieving your goals. You started to notice the little things, too: the way you felt when you drove your old car, the way you felt when you saw your friends' new cars. You realized that it wasn't about the car, it was about the freedom, the flexibility. As the years went by, the compounding became more visible. You started to see the results in your bank account, in your investment portfolio. You started to feel more confident, more secure. You started to notice the contrast, too: your friends were still upgrading their cars, still keeping up with the latest trends. But you were different. You were focused on your goals, on your values. You started to realize that it wasn't about the money, it was about the life you wanted to live. You started to prioritize your time, your energy. You started to say no to things that didn't align with your values. You started to say yes to things that did. At year 3, your net worth was $870,000. At year 5, it was $870,000. You were on track to meet your goals, to achieve financial independence. You started to feel a sense of peace, a sense of calm. You started to realize that it wasn't about the destination, it was about the journey. You started to enjoy the process, the progress. You started to see the beauty in the small things, the everyday moments. On a specific date, February 10th, you were sitting at your kitchen table, sipping coffee. You were scrolling through your investment accounts, checking on your progress. And then you saw it, $870,000. You felt a sense of calm, a sense of pride. But it wasn't the same as before. It wasn't about showing off, it was about achieving your goals. You realized that nothing had changed externally. You were still driving the same car, living in the same house. But everything had changed internally. You had changed. Your values, your priorities, your focus. You had shifted from a life of consumption to a life of creation. Your neighbor, who had always been keeping up with the latest trends, had no idea. They were still upgrading their cars, still keeping up with the latest fashion. But you knew. You knew that you had made a different choice, a choice that had led to financial independence, to freedom. You knew that you had made a choice that aligned with your values, your priorities. If this story resonated with you, subscribe. I post a new story every single day. If you want to start investing today, the Robinhood link is in the description. It comes with a free stock. And if you want the weekly letter, the Quiet Wealth letter, that link is there too. See you tomorrow. You wake up early on a Tuesday, the sunlight peeking through the blinds, casting a warm glow on your bedroom floor. You stretch, feeling the softness of your mattress, a deliberate choice you made years ago to prioritize comfort over flashy furniture. Your mind begins to wander to the tasks at hand, and you quickly get out of bed, putting on a simple yet elegant watch that holds sentimental value. You head to the kitchen to brew a cup of coffee, the aroma filling the air as you prepare for the day ahead. The newspaper lies on the kitchen counter, and you take a moment to scan the headlines, noticing the trends and shifts in the economy. You've developed a habit of staying informed, not to follow the crowd, but to make educated decisions that align with your goals. The coffee brews, and you pour yourself a cup, savoring the flavor as you take a seat by the window. The quiet morning hours are your favorite, a time for contemplation and planning. Your phone buzzes, and you see a text from a friend, inviting you to a weekend getaway at a luxurious resort. You consider the offer, weighing the pros and cons. While it sounds like a fun experience, you recall your priorities and the goals you've set for yourself. You politely decline, explaining that you have prior commitments, which is true. You've committed to yourself, to your values, and to your financial independence. The day unfolds, and you find yourself at a local bookstore, browsing through the shelves, searching for a specific title. You've developed a love for reading, and your library has grown significantly over the years. The store owner, a kind-hearted woman, strikes up a conversation, and you discuss the latest releases and your shared love for literature. You leave the store with a new book, feeling enriched by the experience and the conversation. You decide to take a walk in the nearby park, enjoying the fresh air and the scenery. The sun casts a warm glow on the trees, and you notice the way the light filters through the leaves. You sit down on a bench, taking a moment to appreciate the beauty of nature. A couple walks by, holding hands, and you smile, remembering the simple joys in life. You realize that true happiness doesn't come from material possessions but from the connections you make and the experiences you have. As the day comes to a close, you return home, feeling fulfilled and content. You spend the evening cooking a simple yet delicious meal, savoring the flavors and textures. You've developed a love for cooking, and it's become a way for you to express your creativity. The evening unfolds, and you find yourself lost in the pages of your new book, the words transporting you to a different world. The next morning, you wake up feeling refreshed, ready to tackle the day ahead. You head to the gym, a routine you've maintained for years, not to follow the latest fitness trends but to take care of your body. The exercise clears your mind, and you feel invigorated, ready to face whatever challenges come your way. You shower and dress, putting on a simple yet elegant outfit, a reflection of your personal style. You attend a networking event, not to seek validation or to impress others, but to connect with like-minded individuals who share your values and passions. The conversations are meaningful, and you learn from the experiences of others. You realize that true wealth is not just about financial independence but about the relationships you build and the knowledge you acquire. The days turn into weeks, and the weeks turn into months. You continue to live a life that aligns with your values, your priorities, and your goals. You've developed a sense of clarity, a sense of purpose, and it guides your decisions. You're not perfect, but you're intentional, and that's what matters. You've learned to appreciate the simple things in life, to find joy in the everyday moments, and to cultivate a sense of gratitude. You receive an invitation to a charity event, and you consider attending. You've always been drawn to causes that align with your values, and this one resonates with you. You decide to attend, not to seek recognition or to network, but to support a worthy cause. The event is a meaningful experience, and you're moved by the stories of those who have been impacted by the charity's work. As the event comes to a close, you're approached by someone who's interested in learning more about your story. You share your experiences, your struggles, and your successes. You're not seeking to impress or to inspire, but to connect with someone who's on a similar path. The conversation is genuine, and you feel a sense of connection, a sense of community. The months turn into years, and you continue to live a life that's true to who you are. You've developed a sense of resilience, a sense of adaptability, and it serves you well. You face challenges, but you're not deterred. You're focused on your goals, and you're intentional about your decisions. You've learned to prioritize what truly matters, and you've cultivated a sense of discipline, a sense of self-control. You're not a stranger to failure, but you've learned to see it as an opportunity for growth. You've developed a sense of humility, a sense of openness, and it allows you to learn from your mistakes. You're not afraid to take risks, but you're not reckless either. You're calculated, intentional, and you're guided by your values. The years go by, and you look back on your journey, seeing the progress you've made. You're not the same person you were years ago, and that's a testament to your growth, your evolution. You've developed a sense of wisdom, a sense of insight, and it guides your decisions. You're not perfect, but you're at peace, and that's what matters. You've learned to appreciate the journey, to find joy in the process, and to cultivate a sense of gratitude for the life you've built. You continue to live a life that's authentic, a life that's true to who you are. You're not trying to impress others, you're not seeking validation, and you're not comparing yourself to others. You're focused on your own path, your own journey, and you're intentional about your decisions. You've developed a sense of clarity, a sense of purpose, and it guides your actions. The world around you is constantly changing, but you're not swayed by the latest trends or the opinions of others. You're grounded, you're centered, and you're guided by your values. You've learned to navigate the complexities of life, to find your way through the noise, and to stay true to yourself. You're not a stranger to uncertainty, but you're not afraid of it either. You're resilient, you're adaptable, and you're intentional. You've developed a sense of curiosity, a sense of wonder, and it drives your exploration of the world. You're not content with the status quo, and you're always seeking to learn, to grow, and to improve. You're not afraid to challenge your own assumptions, to question your own beliefs, and to seek out new knowledge. You're open-minded, you're receptive, and you're guided by a sense of curiosity. The journey continues, and you're not sure what the future holds. But you're not worried either. You're prepared, you're resilient, and you're intentional. You've developed a sense of trust, a sense of faith, and it guides your actions. You're not alone, you're not adrift, and you're not lost. You're on a path, a journey, and you're moving forward, one step at a time. You've learned to appreciate the beauty of the unknown, the mystery of the future. You're not trying to control everything, you're not trying to predict every outcome. You're open to the possibilities, you're open to the opportunities, and you're guided by your values. You're not afraid of the unknown, you're not afraid of the future. You're ready, you're prepared, and you're moving forward, with intention, with purpose, and with clarity. The world around you is full of noise, full of distractions, full of temptations. But you're not swayed, you're not deterred. You're focused, you're intentional, and you're guided by your values. You've developed a sense of discipline, a sense of self-control, and it serves you well. You're not perfect, but you're on a path, a journey, and you're moving forward, one step at a time. You've learned to appreciate the simple things in life, the everyday moments, the ordinary experiences. You're not seeking to escape, you're not seeking to avoid. You're present, you're mindful, and you're grateful. You've developed a sense of awe, a sense of wonder, and it guides your actions. You're not jaded, you're not cynical, and you're not disconnected. You're alive, you're engaged, and you're moving forward, with intention, with purpose, and with clarity. The journey continues, and you're not sure what the future holds. But you're not worried either. You're prepared, you're resilient, and you're intentional. You've developed a sense of trust, a sense of faith, and it guides your actions. You're not alone, you're not adrift, and you're not lost. You're on a path, a journey, and you're moving forward, one step at a time, with clarity, with purpose, and with intention.